Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So let's just hop in and see what Spirit wants to share with us today. So we're just using fairy deck that I've never actually really used before. They're part of the ones that got pushed in the back of the closet, and when they came, they didn't get much use. So this is all going to be new. How 5 they say. We got 5 cards we need. So I've got 2. Three, 4. That one's coming too. 5 and 6. These 2 are together. This. Okay, we're not taking reversals, but we've got a blessing of the shiny ones. And so when I heard that, it said blessing of the shining ones, but I heard shiny object syndrome. But what's even weirder is, am I even reading this right? Shining ones. Yeah, it makes no sense because I expected to see shiny things all over it, but she's holding a frog and there's butterflies. And I don't know, I'm getting dragon vibes from this, and I'm not getting shiny anything. But when I held it, like, you know when you do like those magic things and like the words appear, that's what I kind of saw, and it was shiny. So the next one that comes is a blessing of power. Let's just read them all. Blessing of power. We've got a blessing of honesty. I like honesty. A blessing of the Beltane dew. And the blessing of stillness. With these wanted to be together. The blessing of stillness with the blessing of elf locks. What's an elf lock? Number 10. You make no sense to me. The fairy gift of interactions with the natural world and with humanity, where we feel we have a true place. Oh, that's nice. And that's in the stillness. Well, definitely, if you go into meditation and you connect to nature, you are a part of it. But what is this story even trying to tell me? So what I got from the shiny one isn't that it was supposed to be something sparkly or like a gem or crystal or shiny like metallic and gold and metals. It's shiny like an iridescent aura, which to some is invincible to the eye, but to the fairy realm, it's something very noticeable. So that's what popped out. And so that is the blessing of your power. So she's sitting here in this on this concrete slab, and it's almost like this is the energy that she embodies. Like this is what she comes up. It's almost like, you know, when you got your spirit team or your power animal or whatever you want to call it, energetically your signature. So that's what, like, she brings this huge mermaid energy, I guess, siren energy possibly, but to everyone else in the 3D, that's what it looks like. So when it comes to mermaids, they are the high priestesses. They are about soaking up knowledge and wisdom. And so when it comes to seeking knowledge and wisdom, there is a need for honesty, right? Especially when you have information that when you go into the stillness, when you tap into nature, that could be manipulated for the wrong reasons. And so nature doesn't really like that. Especially because we take a lot of nature and we try to control nature so much. So I do want to look at this again, the elf locks. It's just like a word. I'm not Oh yeah, that's just the connection to the world. Okay, so if we forget, just to remind me that elf locks means that you are connected to the everything, to the unseen world, to the shiny world, where the auras that only the fairies can read, and to the human eyes, it just seems like that person's got a good skincare routine. The good skincare routine, that's where that Beltane dew comes from. It's like, there's just something iridescent. They glow. There's the, when they say like mothers when they're pregnant, they're like, they have a glow about them. Well, that's what this shiny energy is. And it's not something that you can just go on and slather from the outside. They're saying it's something that is not, you can't even eat healthy and it happen. It's just something that is, you're part of that realm. And how do you be, it's a caring of nature. It's having that, it's rebellion. It is, it's this rebellious nature of standing up and going against the status quo for the greater good of everyone as a whole, rather than caring about the individuals. And so that's weird to say, because I've always been a person that's like, I love people, but the more and more spirit has taught me, it's like individual level, everyone can take care of themselves. They can go through those soul lessons if they so choose. If they want to go into the stillness and tap into that Beltane dew, that emotional wisdom, that all of nature, it's just like, it's not even hidden from us. And that's the thing, is when we finally tap into that connection of all, it wasn't even that hidden. That's all I keep saying, is it's almost like a groove of a record. It's like you think you're this part of the song, but it's just one tiny skip or one tiny jump. And so when others start to sit in their own energy, they'll empower themselves to wake up whatever is within them, right? You've got this spirit guide, this spirit team, but you also have this essence of this power that you bring. What you've had your soul in so many different lifetimes, and you've been so many different things. And for some, it has been fairy realms, and for some, but a lot of the time, it likes to do the one, you kind of repeat the things that you like. Like there's just like something that you're really drawn to, and you keep going back to that and keep going back to that. And that's kind of like the shadow or the essence of like your energy, that when you kind of come into a room, right, you can tell the energetic vibe that someone brings in. And this is kind of what you're picking up on. It's not so much their face, right? Resting bitch face and things like, right? Those people turn out to be the nicest sometimes. We can't judge that. But when we feel this, that's the easiest way to understand someone's true intentions. So look at her. Her eyes look shifty. But that's a little bit of the siren energy. So what about this siren energy do you want to share? The shining ones with the power. Again, it took, okay. So the sirens were the high priestesses, right? And then they would take all that knowledge to the deep, deep, deep depths, which is that dew. Now that I'm thinking about that. So deep, deep in the depths is where all that sacred information is. It showed me this almost like Adam and Eve and the apple, and the apple being wisdom. But when you looked at it, it turned out, remember I said she got shifty eyes? Something she's, and a lot of people paint sirens in like this seductive whatever. But I think knowledge or wisdom is sexy, to lure that in and be like, hey, do you want to learn more? Or do you just want to stay trapped in your cage? And so that's that mysterious look that she has to her eye. And so when I saw this apple, and then you go closer, it turns out to be a freaking frog. That turned out to be more fertility and creation and stepping into that process. And so once you understand that wisdom, that seduction of whatever it is that's leading to you, especially if you're trapped into, right, elementals got a bad rep. They like their vices. And so if you find yourself stuck in a vice, it's needing to put your thought process more into the information or knowledge that you're going to gain from that, either by what did you learn by how you got there, what did you learn by your rock bottom or whatever, how, I don't know, there's just so much in every situation that's different. And by doing so, that is now going to empower you. That's where that full bodyguard armor, my energy speaks for itself. Nobody's gonna come up and try to rough me up. They know that I faced the depths of the water. I didn't just put my foot in, I went to the very, very deepest depths. We're talking like even lower than Mariana's Trench. And you took a hard look at yourself, and you were honest. You faced the scary parts, the dark parts, and the parts that that you just tried to hide. You can't hide there. And so this honesty has changed the way that you look at things. There is a little bit of more mischievousness, fun ones, because everything is not as it appears. That's what they want to say. But it's important to keep integrity and honesty, and to remember again that everything is not as it appears. So don't be sideswiped when reality comes, and especially with this year coming up, so many things are going to fall, and that's more of like systems and things like that, because it's just been run on it's just all false, they say. It's not based on the honesty. And so when we step back into that stillness, where's that one? That's when we can connect to nature again. So this year, there is going to be some things that fall, and that's only because it was false. But what's true, what's always honest, is that you are in control of you and what goes on within you. So if you can't control outside of yourself, you can always go within and meditate and control how you think and feel. You can either put your toe in, or you could dive right into the deepest depths and embrace whatever energetic spirit guide, bodyguard you embody that wants to come out. Because in nature, you are connected to the all. So if you're feeling like in the stillness you're lonely, there is a need to see others through your heart. Because if you see something and you try to judge it before you actually know what it is, that's going to push it away or scare it. And there is this connection of all that we're really trying to bring forth. And so the more and more we keep judging everyone, the more and more time we need. And in this year, when things are falling apart, we'll wish that we had already done the healing, or just not the judgment to begin with, they say. So from the stillness, we gain our power, right? We control the depths, pinky toe or dive right in. But it's really up to you and your comfort, and for you to remember that others are doing it for themselves. Because we've tried in the past to like focus on one person, and we all know how that blows up in our face. So now if you take a step back into the stillness, get the bigger, broader picture, that it's not just a dewdrop, it's a whole ocean. It's not just one individual. Now just hold space for all. And so there's different realms doing different things, but if everyone just does their part and tries, you just have to try to do better than you did yesterday, they say. And for someone, the main message of this was to, it's that siren energy, whatever that is to you, how it's a fear, right? They got such a bad rap that they're luring men and they're seductive and things, but the truth of it is they are singing about knowledge and wisdom, and that knowledge and wisdom is what is calling them in or seducing them to go within to the deep, deep depths of their emotional subconscious. And so again, knowledge is sexy. So if you can work your way through that and not get caught up in the lust in the body and the everything else that everyone tends to get stuck at the superficial level and go deeper, there's something worth exploring, they say. So we'll leave it there. I hope you guys have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.